welcome back to Date with the Divas. If this is your first time, welcome. And if you're returning, well, thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, now know what to do. Click on that subscribe button and don't forget to like our videos. Also, if you want instant notifications of our newest videos, you may want to click on that bell. Now grab your beverage. It's hot again this week, very hot. So grab your beverage so we can move on to our hot topics. Ms. Marnita, let's go.
Ooh, my drink done watered down.
I know, mine started
Handy, right?
It was frozen.
All right, Diva. So our first topic is Mr. Jamie Foxx. I know we talked about him a couple of weeks ago. We talked about his movie, They Cloned Tyrone, but now he's in the news for a post that he made that was taken as anti-Semitic by some people. So he put up this post saying, they killed this dude named Jesus. What do you think they will do to you? Hashtag fake friends, hashtag fake love. So I'm not sure what the context was, like if this was in a series of posts. It looks like it wasn't, now that I look at it. But
can we stop for 1 second?
Yeah.
As Black people, how do we interpret this?
But wait, that's gonna be part of my question. So no, let's put a pin in that. Let's put a pin in that. So
I'm just looking at the fact that Jennifer Aniston liked it, but anyway, go on.
So let's put a pin in all that. So after he posted this, a media outlet called Adwire Frame reposted it with this text here. It says, anti-Semitism. After Jamie Foxx posts horrifically anti-Semitic message to his 16.7 million followers.
Mm-hmm.
And then with this side by side, you could see that someone, Jennifer Aniston appeared to like the post. Jennifer Aniston is an actress. She played Rachel on Friends. So Jamie Foxx issued an apology after this, saying that he wanted to apologize to the Jewish community, that was his intention, that he was just talking about being betrayed by a fake friend. But there was some backlash to Jennifer Aniston.
Wait, what she wrote?
I'm getting there. Because people saw that she supposedly liked his original post. So there was some backlash. So she put up on her Instagram stories that she did not like the post accidentally or on purpose. So I don't know if she's trying to say that was a different account. I don't know if she's trying to say somebody hacked her account. I don't know if it was an assistant.
Wait, she said she didn't do it accidentally and she didn't do it on purpose?
Correct. And that kind of like,
how was she wrote up here? It says, this really makes me sick. I did not, quote, like this post on purpose or by accident. And more importantly, I want to be clear to my friends and anyone hurt by this showing up in their feeds. I do not support any form of anti-Semitism, and I truly don't tolerate hate of any kind, period.
So yes. So I don't know, because it's confusing that she said I didn't do it accidentally or on purpose. So I'm thinking that she's suggesting that this either A, didn't come from her account, or maybe someone that was on her team liked it from her account. I don't know. So basically,
like in math, what does a positive and negative get you?
Yeah, she's saying I didn't hit the like button. So she's defending herself against this.
Okay.
But some people on, we could say, Black Twitter have had she's been receiving backlash for that, saying that she threw Jamie Foxx under the bus. One person is saying, why didn't she just ask him what he meant before blasting him? People are saying that she didn't understand African-American vernacular English, and that's where it came from.
I still don't understand this, and y'all saying this
exactly.
I
guess I'm not Black enough.
We got.
That's
We
why I
don't
was
get
going
there.
to ask as Black people, how do we interpret this?
Right. Okay.
Right.
keep
I
going.
just,
Right.
I
Keep
just,
going,
I just,
Marnita.
Oh wait,
yeah.
give me a second to wrap this up, and then we will
Yeah.
That's
open
a
our
long
discussion.
talk.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, yeah, people are saying that, you know, she threw him under the bus, but then some other people are coming to her defense and saying, look, she's just defending herself because people are coming at her for liking the original post. So this person, I thought this one is interesting. Thank you for getting this one for me, Antrese. There's a lot of cultural misunderstanding at play with the Jamie Foxx, Jennifer Aniston discussion. Jamie Foxx, in context and colloquially within the Black community, spoke to friendship and betrayal. At the same time, white evangelicalism, thank you,
Evangelicalism.
has weaponized similar phrases to be anti-Semitic. So now to open up the discussion, do you think that Jamie Foxx owed the Jewish community an apology? Do you think that this was taken out of context? Do you think that this, to come back to Antrese's question, how do you interpret his original post about they killed
So
this
that
dude named
should be the
Jesus,
first
fake
question.
friend?
How do
Right.
you
I
interpret the
did.
post?
Yeah. I didn't interpret it the way they were taking. I think they took it out of context. He was like, somebody got killed, and it was like your fake friend. That's how I took it. I didn't take it from the religious standpoint, but I do understand him making the apology, because if there are people that are offended by it, he wants, to be respectful and saying that wasn't his intent. But I think from where he was coming from, we weren't. I wouldn't have taken it that way.
Okay, and call me stupid. So, and I'm just playing really dumb because I don't
Stupid.
understand this. Okay, so is he saying like because Pontius Pilate and them killed Jesus?
I think it's an African American I think that's why you guys are not resonating with it. I believe it's an African American colloquialism to say if the world would do what they did to Jesus, that's what's meant by they. If they did it to Jesus, what do you think this world will do to you?
And that's what I was getting.
Older Black people use it when they're trying to say people will do you dirty. Look at what they did to Jesus. There's no.
I've never heard.
Thank you, Antrese.
I didn't know.
Thanks for the interpretation.
Because I've never heard this before.
That.
Yeah, I understood that, but I don't. Like I said, I've never heard it like that.
Okay,
but I get
what?
I get it now.
But I get it.
Yeah, so it's commonly said in the Black community. I didn't know it was a Black thing until this post. I thought it was just a thing, but I guess it's just an African American thing, because I've heard it a million times from my elders. And we say
it's not something that I've heard. So I was confused by the whole situation too, when people were like, no, this is just AAVE, which is African American Vernacular English. I was like, I don't know that no one that I came up around
I just learned
really used that phrase or story.
Thank you. I guess, Joe, I'm used to the goat, jumps over the moon and the alligator stabs the snake.
Oh, okay.
Or wait, what was it? What was it? Isn't it the scorpion that says "Don't sting me" and he's going in the water? We're gonna die. I'm just stinging to get almost
Okay.
Okay, I haven't heard any of these.
Oh.
Okay. So what the whole purpose is that it was taken out of context because of it was in a particular vernacular. Yeah.
No, I mean, there's a popular trope among anti-Semitic people is that the Jews killed Jesus Christ.
Right.
That is a real thing. But that's not what's meant by this particular phrase that Jamie Foxx meant to use, that he used. So I think it was just a misunderstanding between an African American who's talking really to his own people and the Jewish culture who are used to that refrain being used to generate hate towards them. It was just a misunderstanding.
Okay.
Why kind of Aniston felt the need to backtrack and throw Jamie Foxx under the bus. I
So
didn't.
you felt like she threw him under the bus?
I think she gave him shade.
She gave him shade.
She was insinuating that his post was hateful.
But
Exactly.
but I think that was after the news outlet posted it and said this was anti-Semitic, and people were coming at her for liking it.
But you liked the
But was
post, like the gentleman said in the tweet I posted, you liked the post because it resonated with you. Why are you backtracking on it now and calling it?
And if you now think it is anti-Semitic, why aren't you having a conversation? Because you probably have his number or have communications to have a conversation versus putting it out there. Because now you're trying to, it's like she's being looked at as negative because she liked this post. But she could have supported and says, that's not, I know Jamie, and this is not what he meant. And understanding what his connotation was from it.
Or how about that's just not how I took it? If that's how he takes
right.
it, that's not
Thank
how I
you.
read it, you know?
Right.
But everybody's so scared to be canceled. I'm just
And they're sensitive, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that we feel that we have to? He was probably upset about something. I get it. But isn't there another way that we could do it without offending, making it more generalized without offending a particular group?
But he didn't think he was offending anybody.
Yeah,
He
I was gonna say he did
knew.
not think he was offending anybody on that. It
Exactly.
wasn't like he went out that, like Antrice was saying, that's just something that's said within the African American culture. So it wasn't about talking about like trying to offend something. So if you from an African American, you're probably like, oh, okay, somebody done stabbed you in the back. Yes, they coming for you, you know, and that kept on moving, not thinking anything from it. It's other people not understanding that it's offended. I mean, no matter what you post, you can offend somebody and not really, you're not even trying.
Right.
Unfortunately, everything, people are so sensitive, have gotten, and it's been blown up with it being on it. And it's like, okay, now we got to come after these people and kind of bring them down.
Hey, it gives us something to talk about, right?
Yes, indeed.
I think that's the danger with like posting when you're upset or just these general, like, because that would be my question, is like, we don't know your fake friend. Why are you putting it out there for everybody?
Because your fake friend, your friend is, that's what I'm saying, the fake friend knows. You do that, you know who you targeting. Your friend is looking at your post. Right. And you're, without actually just sending that text directly to them, you're like, I'm calling y'all, you know what you did.
Yeah.
But I think if you
But now that fake friend is like, hey, you got intro.
Nana, boo boo.
I think that if you have such a big following, like, it's like, I don't know, there's more room for it to be like, no, and I understand that, but it's just, it's just like, oh, okay, take a minute before you do something.
Yes,
but I think that, but I think that's the problem nowadays. Everybody is getting so sensitive about posting that. In these, I understand that they're role models that are in public places, but he posted his opinion. I mean, he made a comment and everybody's blowing it up. It's like almost like you can't use your platform to say like what we would say. If you would have said that, what would happen? We wouldn't be having this conversation right now. But again, he is in public eye, and that's why he apologized.
Yeah.
But at the same time, too, Marilyn, to me, your statement is a little one-sided, because if you had another person who this particular person is constantly posting, and they I think they got booted off of Twitter at one point and things like this. So is it the same?
No, I mean, that was hate speech. Jamie Foxx,
I mean, that's what
was just saying, I have some fake friends in my life. I'm sure
right.
you do. Like, that's all.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that's exactly what I was saying. He wasn't and he came back and apologized. It wasn't like he turned around and was like defending it and going, no, I mean, the other person you speaking about, keep going down that aisle. He wasn't apologizing. He said, I apologize. That wasn't my intent. And, and came back from that. That's all I'm saying. He did. I mean, that's why he apologized.
Yeah, well, this is an enlightening topic to me.
It sure enough was.
Enlightening to me.
Go to class tonight, did you?
That's why I had to.
I need
bring
night
it
school.
up. I wanted to bring it to the table just to. I was like,
no, I liked it. I liked it. This is
I was like, I don't know this saying. I also didn't take it as anti-Semitic. I just was like, I wouldn't have took it as anything. I'd been like,
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
no,
I would
get
have probably just been like, who are you talking about? Are they in Hollywood? All right, viewers, drop down in the comments. Let us know what you think about this whole Jamie Foxx, Jennifer Aniston situation. Let us know if you know about that saying. Let us know sometimes some things that you have said that have been taken the wrong way, and that people been too sensitive about. All right, y'all. Let's brace ourselves. We are getting into the mess. We have talked about this a little bit on the group chat, and it's a lot. So, oh shoot, let me back up. My source for the Jamie Foxx story was insider.com. Okay, so now my next story sources are vox.com, yourtango.com, kimpire.com, Entertainment Tonight TV show, daily.com. So I had a lot of notes.
A lot of .coms.
Yes, I got a lot of notes. So
Look,
bear
this is a
with
hot
me.
topic. A lot of tea.
Yes, this is a hot topic. We have all been talking about it on the group chat, and I had to tell y'all put a pin in it. We gotta talk about Lizzo.
Oh.
So as I think all of us divas here know, and viewers, I'm not sure if you know, but I'm going to run down the notes that I have. I'm probably going to be missing some stuff. I know I'm missing some stuff. Bear with me. So let me run through these notes before we get into conversation. So last week, 3 of Lizzo's former dancers filed a lawsuit of misconduct by Lizzo, her production company, Big Girl Touring, Inc., and dance team captain, Shirlene Quigley. 2 of the dancers have been fired. 1 of them quit. So those are the 3 dancers on the screen there. That was their, they appeared on the TV show Entertainment Tonight last week. Allegations include a hostile work environment that featured sexual harassment, a failure to prevent or remedy sexual harassment in the workplace, failure to prevent or remedy religious harassment in the workplace as well. The dancers claimed that they were made to feel that their employment was precarious and that they had to comply with uncomfortable requests to keep their jobs. So let's get into some of their specific claims. Like I said, I've heard a lot, but these are the only things that I was able to back up with my own sources. Lizzo pressured the dancers into unwanted sexual situations, including being pressured to attend a performance with nude dancers in Amsterdam. They were pressured to eat bananas that were placed in nude dancers' genitals and pressured to touch a dancer's breasts. One of the dancers, Ariana Davis, claims that Lizzo made comments that she perceived to be thinly veiled comments about her weight. After the dancers had already been hired, they were put through a grueling surprise audition, during which this same dancer, Ariana Davis, feared asking to be excused to go to the bathroom, so she soiled her pants. And then she was given transparent shorts to change into. The dancers also claimed that the dance captain, Shirlene Quigley, spoke extensively about her religious views and pressured the dancers into a group Christian prayer, regardless of their religious beliefs. The 2 dancers that were fired were Ariana and Crystal. They were very new to the industry. This was their first professional job. They were not sure if all of this behavior that was happening was standard in the industry, but there was another dancer, the dancer that quit in solidarity. Her name is Noelle Rodriguez, and she has been a dancer for 7 years before working with Lizzo. She's worked with big names, including Beyonce. So she knew that some of the behavior was wrong, but she felt like things would get better. The dancers, this one dancer, Noelle Rodriguez, talked about when she was on Entertainment Tonight, what happened when she got fired. She said that the dancers were told they were having a fitting, but they came in to what she described as an ambush. They were asked to, Lizzo confiscated their phones, or security confiscated their phones, and told the dancers they were not doing a good job. I guess Lizzo kind of came in and berated the dancers. And at that time, she fired Ariana. Ariana is the one that's in the red in the picture. And the dancer Crystal, she was the other newbie, had already been fired. But Lizzo fired Ariana very publicly in front of all the other dancers. And I guess Noelle Rodriguez felt like that wasn't right. So she spoke up and she decided to quit on the spot. So she says that when she quit, Lizzo came up to her, fist balled up, kind of walked up to her and was like, "Oh, you lucky," to the point where people had to hold her back, had to hold Lizzo back because they thought that Lizzo might hit her. So we've got all those allegations. Lizzo is lawyered up. She's hired the same lawyer that I think Johnny Depp and some other stars have hired. But there's other allegations coming out. Nothing criminal, but just people coming out saying, yeah, you know what, Lizzo isn't a good person, but I was just afraid to say something. So Lizzo's current boyfriend, Mike Wright, his ex-girlfriend, Brooklyn Brown Elizabeth, came forward with what she calls her Lizzo story, saying that she met Lizzo around 2016, 2017, because her then boyfriend, Mike Wright, and Lizzo were hosting a TV show together. And she says that Lizzo was never very nice to her, and that eventually her boyfriend left her, now ex-boyfriend, left her for Lizzo. And she did find pictures of Lizzo on his phone when they were together. And she was doing this via video. So when she said pictures, she just put up the throw up emoji. She didn't talk about it. There's also a singer named Elle Bias who tried out to be on Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls show, where they were picking dancers. She said she made it to the final round, but once she got the contract, some lawyers in her family advised her not to sign it. However, as part of the audition, she had to send in some videos showing what she could do. So she sent in 2 music videos that she had, and she feels like Lizzo stole those concepts. So Lizzo had a video for her song About Damn Time that came out in 2022, where she starts out in a classroom and then the classroom turns into a disco. Baez claims that she did that same concept in 2000, back in 2000 for her song Better With You. And Baez also has a song called Paint Me, where in the video, she's wearing like a new bodysuit and there's artwork being projected on her. And Lizzo also did that same concept for her live performance of the song Naked. So like I said, there are some other things that have come out, so you guys can fill in the gaps for me. But I just wanted to talk about this whole Lizzo situation. Do you guys think that Lizzo has been putting on a front this whole time? Do you guys believe Lizzo? Do you believe the dancers? I know we don't know any of them, but let's talk about it. What are your thoughts?
Okay, well,
That was a lot.
yeah,
That was. Thank you for bearing with me.
no, it's all good because I keep seeing more stuff that's coming out as you know, with this concert or whatever, and they canceled that.
Right, the Made in America Festival. I just saw that on Entertainment Tonight before I jumped on this call. The Made in America Festival that's put on by Jay-Z. I guess it started a couple years ago. Lizzo and SZA were supposed to be headlining that, and they just went ahead and canceled that tour. According to people behind the scenes, its ticket sales were low even before these allegations came out.
Okay. Okay. Well, personally, in the beginning, I was like, since Lizzo was a friend in my head, I was like, no, this can't be, this can't be, this can't be. And is this perception and things like this? But then, you know, as women, we have to think these things because a lot of things happen that are that is perceived. And so those allegations have to be heard because it is just, it's just a perception. If you made me feel uncomfortable, then you made me feel uncomfortable. You have to listen to what I'm saying. So I can't negate what these women are saying. And then now we're getting more information about where, you know, there, you know, people had to hold Lizzo back and all of this stuff. So I don't know. I just wonder, okay, is there more to the story? Like, I don't know, but either way, I feel bad that these women are going through this. I do. It's a shame. It's a shame. And of course, Lizzo too, because, you know, she was the best thing since sliced bread for a hot minute. You know, she could do no wrong, and all of a sudden is this a case of they was trying to get us down type of thing? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm conflicted on this one.
Same.
Looks like Antrese has something to say. She holding it there.
Oh boy, go ahead. I'm waiting. Woo, wait. Let me get some sugar for my tea.
I don't know if you guys watched the show. I think it's called Watch Out for the Big Girls.
Yeah, it is called that. I didn't watch it.
Backup dancers, plus size girls, because that's the only dancer she uses, I guess, are plus size girls.
Right.
The concept of the show was the girls auditioning. She was giving, you know, 3 new dancers a shot. It's disappointing to me to see that those were the girls that, you know, she gave that opportunity to. I just didn't see, you know, I watched the whole series and, you know, you get to see her in a lot of different scenarios with the young women. She's so like body positive and she's come under such fire for her appearance. I just can't imagine her visiting that trauma on other young, like her whole purpose is to give these young women a shot in an industry that doesn't value or respect them.
Right.
Hard for me to be convinced that she's abusing them in some way. I just have to believe there's more to the story than this. The entertainment industry is a tough industry, you know. I don't think these superstars are the nicest people in the world, especially when they want their shows to be perfect. I don't know how much of this comes with the territory.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that it did not happen to these women or I'm not saying that Lizzo didn't do it or, you know, I'm going to let that play itself out in the court. But sometimes they say it's, even though she's been through the abuse of that, sometimes if you haven't gotten help for that, you can end up being an abuser as well and not recognizing that you're abusing. I mean, you see it in physical abuse, mental abuse, sexual abuse, and even maybe, you know, just if she, like you said, she's gone through this, we would hope that she would not do this to other people, but maybe not recognizing if she hadn't dealt with the trauma. And again, I'm not saying either way.
I wasn't saying she'd been through abuse. I didn't mean that type of abuse. I just meant social media comments about her weight.
Well, no, I meant that I'm saying abuse as in like she has, I think, and I could be wrong, please correct me, that she's talked about, like, you know, people talking about her body and not big girls, and that's abuse, you know, a mental kind of stimulation of abuse from that. I'm not saying, but I was saying having that kind of conversation being put on you, saying, oh, you're a big girl, you can't do this, can't do that, not recognize if she hasn't dealt, you know, even though she talks about it, but really dealing with it, potentially could be doing the same thing to others, not recognizing that she's doing it. Again, not taking sides either way.
Right.
Just saying that happens.
Well, for me, the thing is, and this is why I said I really believe a lot of this is perception, right? Because I'm just picking out like little pieces, right? So a piece of like, I don't know, I guess the one that says she felt like she could not stop doing the dance or whatever, and she ended up, you know,
Went to the bathroom on
So,
herself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that one was a little weird to me.
that's
Why didn't you just go ask her to
right.
go to
what
the
was going
bathroom?
on? Like, I don't understand, you know? I mean,
Me, yeah, I'm the same because I saw her on the Entertainment Tonight. She's like, I'm 24 years old. I shouldn't have to ask to go to the bathroom. I'm like, well, yeah, you're 24 years old. You should know
Yeah, that's
when
the
it's
part I
coming
didn't
on,
understand.
or
I
like,
was
were
like,
you
Just
just
go to the
that?
bathroom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
like,
walk
what
away,
was-
go to the bathroom.
and what was the surrounding the environment that made you feel like you couldn't just go to the bathroom?
yeah, and see, that's what
Right.
I'm talking about. None of them are explaining.
Explaining.
Like,
They're
the
not
conditions
adding
in it,
content to it
unless they
in order.
can. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the only context I got is that it was during this grueling surprise audition to, I guess, defend her spot. And I know we've seen that on different reality shows. Like I said, I didn't watch out for the big girls. I hope this wasn't recorded with her soiling herself. But you know, we've seen that on, I'm gonna go back to Making the Band on
Right,
MTV.
yes.
It was like, you know, y'all gotta fight and
Danity
sing for your
Kane.
spot. Yeah, you
High
know,
pressure industry.
yeah, you know, so we've seen that. And so it's like, were you in the middle of a dance battle where you had to stand there and do your spot? But you know, what is it like? Is it what?
Yes.
It's just like when you go to work or you go to class in school. Like you go to the bathroom during your break. You know, during these times, you're most likely not going to be able to go to the bathroom, or you just walk away. But I mean, I do understand she was one of the newer dancers, so maybe she just thought like this was my. But I mean, I think it's kind of worse to be wearing
Even
dirty
the
pants.
whole,
But how do
the
you
next-
put that on your boss if you made the decision
Not
not
to-
to
Because
go?
Because at
to
the end of the day,
bathroom.
you could have walked away.
Yeah.
Unless they
Right.
said you guys don't go, you can't go to the bathroom. I mean,
Right,
I'm
unless
gonna
she
say,
said, I gotta go. And Lizzo was like, nah, stand there and soil yourself. And now I'm gonna give you these transparent shorts. I don't, that,
look, back in the day, and I'm gonna go back childhood, when I was in drill team and we messed up, we couldn't go to the bathroom. They said they had us standing in attention for hours. And if somebody, you know, somebody left, the whole team was penalized. So I'm not saying that was going on, but maybe, you know, we didn't see or hear. They're not giving us the context. They're just
Yeah.
saying that. And like, and granted, I was in drill team, and that was, you know, that was like not initiation, but you know, y'all messed up, so now you stand in attention.
oh, I
I
see.
guess everybody would have stand at attention because I'm going to the bathroom when I need to go to the
I'm
bathroom.
going to the bathroom.
Right. I'm going to the
Right.
bathroom. I'm going to walk off. I got on here. I can get on something else. And then like kind of my thought when I first heard the sexual stuff, first of all, the eating bananas out of somebody's genitals. I was like, what the hell?
That's just
But
unhygienic.
Who
Exactly.
could make me do that?
Yeah, and it's just
Right.
on video.
But then it was like, I was like, oh, if you guys were out, maybe you're out after a show, you're at a sex club, or you're at a strip show, whatever, you know, not to say that anybody should be pressured to do anything, but you're drinking, be like, oh, girl, tip her, touch her breasts, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, was it fun and games in some people's minds? But
You mean like in
took
a
it
truth
as,
or dare type of way?
say what?
Like in a truth or dare type of way? Like I dare
Yeah, in
you.
a truth or dare, or just we out
get
having
you.
fun. Like, yeah, go ahead, girl, go ahead, let loose. You know, was it that? And these girls felt like, oh, I have to do this, you know, or I'm gonna lose my job. I heard a interesting take on the weight part. I was listening to a podcast called Around the Way Curls, and one of the hosts used to be kind of in like performance, and she was saying that if you're performing and you're growing out of your costume, that's going to cost production money. So could it have been like, hey, you putting on some weight and you can't fit your costumes, and we did not budget to buy you new costumes while we're on.
Well, and that's part of some contracts, right? Like if they take you at a particular weight, this is how you have to stay for the time.
Right.
They're measuring you for, just like you said, costumes and whatever, right?
I
Yeah.
also watched the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders show.
Yes.
Requirement that you remain the same weight and that you fit that costume that they fit for you.
Yeah, and from that makes sense. I mean, it's not great from a human standpoint, but it makes sense from a money and production standpoint.
But you knew about that when you went into it, and it's not saying that, oh, you got to be a skinny girl. It's saying this is where you were when you came in. We need to maintain where you're at. Not saying that we have an issue with getting bigger, because I was like looking at those pictures of like all of them, there are a range of sizes. And even when they showed the 3, they were smaller. I mean, they weren't like, that's why I said, I was like, you talk about your weight, it had to be more to issue of the weight, not necessarily that, oh my gosh, you got big and you can't do it. It was more I think there's more to it, like the costumes, like you said, or something, like you're not at the weight that you agreed to stay at as part of this show, unless you go and buy yourself a new costume.
Exactly. Well,
What
there's
were
a lot
you saying, Antrese?
I just have a very sinister take on this.
Oh, let's hear it.
I think these girls got upset with Lizzo for various reasons. The girl who quit, the 2 that got fired. And
that was my first thought.
They know this is her brand. They know this is what her whole, what her fame is based on, is the whole positivity weight issue. And they knew this was the way to hurt her.
That was my first thought. But you know, this is still unfolding, so you know, maybe we'll come back to this. Viewers, drop down in the comments, let us know what you think.
Girl, I'm with you. Okay.
No, I was just gonna say, the problem is, regardless of what the outcome is, even if she's defended and she's found innocent, it's already hurt her.
It's tarnished her brand.
It's tarnished her brand, and she's losing.
Does it really though?
No, she's. I mean, her brand, but the money she's losing, like the things are being canceled. I just saw something else and I don't remember what it was. I apologize, but looking like, oh, this show is canceled. Things are, you know, people are backing away until they figure out, even if I'm not going to say a song, her name was taken out of the song at a concert.
Oh, really?
So
yeah, Beyonce.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, regardless of what the outcome is, it is impacting her now, and she may recover. I mean, if, like I said, she's found innocent, but it's just the fact it's hitting her pockets now.
It's in her pockets.
These lawsuits is to hurt the person who has you have nothing. We all saw that,
which is just, it's sad. We just have that thing. Everybody can sue happy.
Exactly. Well, viewers, drop down in the comments. Let us know what you think. What do you think about this? Do you think Lizzo is guilty? Do you think that facade of Miss Body Positivity isn't what it was made out to be? Just drop down in the comments. Let us know. All right, y'all. More mess. I'm gonna go ahead and give my sources before I forget. My sources are NBCnews.com and YahooEntertainment.com. So again, I think we all know about the brawl that took place at the Montgomery River last weekend. Many names it's, you know, what are they calling it? Cinco de Negro. There are so many names for it now. It slips my mind, but let's get into the little facts about it, because I wasn't sure about it. So give y'all what I hope is a quick summary, and then we'll talk about it. So Saturday, August 5th at the Montgomery Riverfront in Alabama, a group of rowdy boaters, all white men and women, had their pontoon boat parked at the dock in a space that was designated for the Harriet II riverboat that was carrying 227 passengers. So let's keep that in mind. This boat is trying to dock and let off its 227 passengers, but they cannot because this pontoon is in the way. So the boat's co-captain, Damian Pickett, who turns out that's the Black man that was attacked in the beginning. Okay. So that's a picture of Mr. Pickett, the co-captain, talking to the owner of the pontoon boat, or one of the men off the pontoon boat. So the riverfront boat pulls up, sees this little pontoon in its space. For 45 minutes, the co-captain, Damian Pickett, tried to get the boaters' attention and asked them to move back. So that's 45 minutes. You got 227 people waiting for 45 minutes.
They got to peep, no?
That's right. According to Pickett, the group responded with obscure gestures and curse words. So a smaller vessel came and picked up the co-captain so that he could get off, go to the dock, and have a conversation with these people, ask them to move their boat. They still didn't move. So he tried to, I guess, untie it and move it himself. And that's when he was attacked by several members of the private boat. So after he was attacked, as we've seen on the video, a lot of crew members came to his defense. Do we have the video?
No, I'm not showing no video.
Okay, no problem.
We'll get flagged if we show the video.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, so we've got crew members that were jumping off the boat. I'm not sure if y'all saw, but there was one crew member that famously jumped and swam through the water. They calling him
He was
Aquaman.
16-year-old. He was 16.
Yes. Who says black people can't swim?
Well,
So
he didn't have the right form, but he getting there to help.
he got there. He didn't drown. So he got up there. We had one man who was swinging a folding chair, which is famously being kind of recreated. I've seen people selling shirts with chairs and all that kind of stuff. Amazon was trying to sell me a white folding chair last night. It came up on my Instagram. I'm like, I don't want a white folding chair. Yes, we have someone that has a tattoo of a folding chair. There are people making songs about this.
Oh,
Yes.
no. Alabama
messed up.
Yeah, somebody did a whole Good Times remix and put this at the end. So
Wait, you missed the anthem where he threw his the call for all attack. He threw his hat up.
oh,
and
yes.
you
So
know that's what y'all.
So yes,
threw
when
it-
they started attacking the co-captain, he took his hat and threw it up in the air and looked up. That must have been the call. That must have been the signal, because that's when everybody started out.
Came running.
Yes. So according to an article published on August 8th, Police Chief Daryl J. Albert says that 13 individuals have been detained and ultimately released. 3 males from the private boat party are either in custody or expected to turn themselves in on warrants for third-degree assault misdemeanor charges. And the 42-year-old Black man who was said to have been seen with the folding chair was asked to contact the authorities.
Because he hit that lady. He knocked the dog mess out of her.
Yeah, I couldn't find any like clear video.
I
of the
got
whole
him
chair
hitting that
thing.
lady. The ladies
But yeah, I saw that. Oh shit.
He walked up and knocked the dog mess out
Oh
of that
my
lady.
gosh.
Oh my goodness.
So, Divas, let's talk about it. What did you guys think of this whole thing?
If my friends don't, if I call my friends and they ain't jumping in the water,
Girl, I can't swim. I can't swim.
Yes.
What was crazy to me, because I watched like the whole 20-minute video.
Yeah.
So after they jumped this man in broad daylight on this dock, they got in their boat and continued to drink and laugh and go on with their day. That's how they got jumped, is they jumped somebody and just decided to hang out. And
They
so
let their guard down.
the boat had docked, and everybody who had watched this unfold said, okay, now what's up? That's when the real brawl ensued.
Wow.
So when they finished attacking this man, you said they went back on their boat. Now
They
this
got on their boat and continued to party.
but the boat still is in the way
The
of
spot.
though still, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, it's the entitlements for me.
I
Yeah,
was just about
exactly.
to say
Yeah.
it's the entitlement.
Because he was just telling them,
Well-
from my understanding, he was just telling them to move a little bit back so that the boat could dock.
And then
All
the
we can
fact is,
say
you got
now-
this little boat and I got this huge boat. It's just like, come on now.
It's the
It had
entitlement.
the disrespect. If it was a different person of a different color that came to ask him to move the boat, there wouldn't have been no problem.
Mm-hmm.
And now hopefully people are aware that don't start no stuff that you can't finish. Cause
Just like they said, fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
right.
And they stayed to find out.
And that's the sad part.
Why? Because I think of where they were. First of all, I believe this never would have happened in Chicago.
They would have happened in New York.
They would have responded differently to that Black man in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? It's where they were, in that deep South place.
And that port was where they used to bring the slaves in.
Yes. Yes.
There's that history.
Exactly.
That deep sense of entitlement. And they didn't know it's a new day. It's not 1963 anymore.
They didn't know about the hootie hoo.
Right. When he threw up his hat, he was like, come on.
It's
like, we ain't taking this no
Black
more.
people are not taking it anymore. Even
We're
in the
tired.
I'm so happy to see that even in the deep South, they're like, no.
Right.
No.
Not up in here.
Yeah.
Not up in here.
Look, they came in swarms.
Exactly.
He threw it like Wakanda. They did to the Wakanda, and they're like, "Yeah, we coming. We're coming on."
It was like, we got you.
We got you.
Yeah, it was interesting to see, and not to diminish the whole situation, but in a way, this was like a coming together. Like, we see one person, and boom, and also we have video of it. Okay, fine, but there are people helping. It's not just a video while this person is getting beat up, and you know what I'm saying.
So do you think that what's happened in the past with, what's happened with George Floyd and, the other instances that Black people or people are like, we're not going to stand back.
I think it was a collective, we're fed up.
I think it was, but I don't necessarily know what the question would be if it was police officers who had guns versus, I'm just saying, would this have been the same? These were,
no, that's
quote unquote. That's what I'm saying. That's where I said, I don't think it would have been a different, like, I know we said George Floyd. I think that's the difference, was because these weren't police. These were just regular people trying to take over, where they're like, no, we're not allowing that. We're not going to let you do this to one of ours.
Right. Well,
And what is also good, and I don't think they could have got away with not doing it, is that they charged the individuals.
Exactly.
And it wasn't, that to me showed something like, okay, we're also going to charge you because you guys instigated this occurrence.
And I read one of the stories that I was reading for the notes. They interviewed one of the people that was taking video, and she said, I took video so that the right people could be arrested. So she was like, that's why she pulled out her phone, because a lot of some of the video is clearly from the doc too, but they were saying that people that were on the boat were taking out their phones and videoing as well. And something else that I found interesting is I've seen at least 3 videos of white people responding to this, and they are on the side of the co-captain. And they were like, yeah, y'all really thought y'all could get away with this. And we're not, like, you are just entitled, you shouldn't have done this, blah blah blah. So it was really interesting to see. Like I said, I've seen 3 different videos of white people that you think would be like, oh, they attacked us, or
Funny you say that.
them, but...
Marnita, you said that. I saw saying, like, a lady she was like, people are asking me what I think. They should have got their butt whipped. She was like, what do you think? She said that what they did was wrong. They got their butt whipped for what they did. Is like, what else do you think I should have said? Because she's from Alabama, or that area, and she goes, and they deserve what they got.
Exactly.
Well, I think it's worth noting, if you watch the video, when he's first getting jumped, there were several white people that jumped in to pull them off of him. So there were white people that intervened on his behalf as well.
Yeah.
Just think, once the mob showed up, it was a race.
Were they intoxicated? Is that the reason why?
The people on the pontoon were.
I'm quite sure.
I think they were sitting there drinking and stuff, if I remember correctly. So they were intoxicated, and I assumed that there was signage, because they said that area was designated for the boat. So I would assume that there was signage. I mean, this is just crazy. Like, imagine if you were parked in a bus zone and somebody had told you to move, and you were like, nah, I'm gonna start a fight. It's like, oh, just Just move.
Ooh,
Like,
yeah.
you're inconveniencing 227 people on the boat.
Well, I'm
He
also
said he
surprised that
waited like 40 some odd
45 minutes, yeah. Or he had to wait till somebody came to get him off the boat, though. He had to wait for another small vessel to get
No, but
him.
he was arguing with them for a long time.
I'm surprised he didn't call the police.
There were calls to the police.
Mm.
The police just didn't show up.
They didn't show
I
up
mean,
expeditiously.
Time they take, depending on how much of an emergency they think. Somebody not moving their boat, maybe they don't see that.
Yeah.
You got 227 people stuck on a boat.
They was like, oh, they know how to handle it down on the dock.
Look, they're gonna be looking at the police response on that. Watch. I mean, just from the standpoint, like, why, if they did,
if you think about it, like somebody won't move their boat, like
Right.
it
Versus
isn't an
somebody
emergency,
dying.
but I mean, the
Isn't
question
there
is,
like
was it-
dock security or something like
that's
that?
what I was saying. There's gotta be some kind of people got some guns or something.
Like, you got lifeguards, so there's dock security. Like, where the heck are
That's
you?
probably good nobody had guns.
Yeah.
We
yes,
don't
thank
want
God it was just the chairs, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was
right.
just gonna say that. We don't need guns now. We got
Thank you.
chairs.
Oh my.
Man, that is something that is going down in history, I guess. I can't believe people are making such a big deal about it. All the songs, parodies, artwork, tattoos. It's crazy. You got something on your mind?
No,
All right.
I said my calls. I said my cacaws. I said my hootie hoos.
Throw the hat up. All right, viewers, chime in. Let us know what you think. Go ahead, write down those comments. Do we have any Alabama viewers out there? Were you at the riverfront? Tell us how.
Were you on?
Were you stuck on that boat? Yeah, whose side you on? Did we miss the memo about throwing up the hat? Well, we got it now. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Date with the Divas. Follow us on Twitter or X, whatever the hell they calling it now.
Yeah, right.
Date W the Divas. All right, y'all. See you next week.
Bye.